Hi, my name is Takeru Nakahara. I'm a 30-year-old working for a company undertaking exterior construction projects. We mainly work for Sagawa Housing, our affiliated partner who builds new homes. Today, me and my junior are heading to our client's residence for an on-site meeting. I'm excited to meet our client. I wonder what they're like. To be honest, Sagawa-san told me they're a couple with a few quirks. Oh no. Remember, we are here to do our job regardless of who our clients are. We listen to their requests and offer the best solution. We simply deliver our best. Got it? Yes, sir. I'll follow you wherever you go. He responds energetically. I'm his trainer. That's why I often take him around. Although he's still a trainee, he's got a talent for lightening up the mood around him. He's actually helped me get through some difficulties. We're from Lavkoi Exteriors. It's a pleasure to meet you today.
Oh, it's lovely to have an energetic person like you here. Hey, are you Take-chan?
The lady notices me standing behind my junior, her face suddenly lightening up.
Wow, it is really you. It's been a while. I'm so happy to see you again. Do you like my fancy new house?
Do you know each other, Mr. Nakahara? I didn't realize. Her name had changed, but yes, she's an old friend of mine.
We're not just old friends, are we? We used to be lovers back in college.
Really? Well, strange things do happen. To my surprise, my client turned out to be my ex-girlfriend. My junior smiles awkwardly, careful not to offend her husband.
Heh, so you know my wife. Too bad she's married to me now.
Sir, I didn't mean to offend you. Our relationship ended way back ago. But I must say, you've got a beautiful house. Would you like to start our meeting now?
Heh, you don't seem to understand jokes, do you? Living in a house like this must be a dream within a dream for you.
Maybe it was out of jealousy, but the husband made some nasty remarks. Duty, on the other hand, kept making sweet voices.
Take-chan used to give me lots of presents in the past. So honey, maybe we can give an extra tips.
Alms for the poor. Not bad, huh? Heh heh.
Please, that's not necessary. We'll provide you with a proper estimate, so you can pay the right amount.
Come on, don't be shy. My husband works for a major trading company and we've got quite a bit of savings.
Heh true. Yesterday I got some extra bonus again. I got a big heart. I don't mind donating a little.
I appreciate your kindness, but you don't need to do that. Now, if you'll excuse us, we'll start examining the outside. Mr. Nakahara, I don't think I can stand them any longer. My junior whispered to me as he tried to hold his anger back. I patted his shoulder to calm him down. Sorry, it's my fault. We'll have to endure it. Just consider this part of our job. Don't worry about me. After that, we focused on our work and somehow got through the first day of our on-site meeting. Duty and I met in a university club. We dated for about 6 months. She was very friendly, but her friendliness was the source of trouble. She hung around with other guys too, and before long, I found out that she was cheating on me.
It was just a small sleepover with my friend. What's so wrong with that?
She would say so in an innocent voice. Maybe we just had different values, but I couldn't take it any longer. I decided to leave her after she cheated on me with another guy. Considering what she's put me through, she's got quite some nerves talking to me like that again. Well, that's our story. Sorry for making you feel bad. I shared my past with my junior as we drove back to the office. Ugh, she's cute on the outside, but a predator on the inside. Plus, she's boasting about that house. She's got no idea what kind of house you live in, sir. Our job might be a bit challenging this time. I appreciate your support. My junior spit out everything I wanted to complain about. Thanks to him, I didn't feel so frustrated after that. A few days later, we met with Mr. and Mrs. Takenoyama in Segawa Housing to discuss concrete plans for their garden.
I want a gorgeous fence, like the ones built for castles. Please do set barbed wire fencing too.
We also need an entrance to an underground passage in the garden.
What are these guys dreaming about?
Why are you putting on that face? Stop ignoring our plan just because you're not good enough.
Takenoyama scoffs. He started blaming us for their crazy plan.
This couple is insane!
I can hear my junior muttering to himself. Please, bear with it a little more. I can also see our female staff member in charge of exterior design trembling with anger. I'm afraid we cannot carry out a plan that may cause trouble with the neighboring homes. But please rest assured, we will do our best within your planned budget.
Heh, you thickhead. Will you wrap it up? I've got other things to do.
Just then, President Segawa finished a meeting with his other clients and came to join us. President Jin Segawa. He is a successful businessman who started Segawa Housing at a young age. He says his only drawback is his height, but his charismatic aura and handsome face outweigh any negative perception associated with his height. Mr. Takenoyama, our Nakahara is a very capable man. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. President Segawa, he must have had quite a tough time with this couple too.
Mr. Segawa! What perfect timing. Please come over here. We'd love to hear your opinion.
My apologies, ma'am. I still have other clients waiting for me. Nuri butters up to Mr. Segawa with her sweet voice, but he brushes her off politely.
Oh my god, she's flirting in front of her husband.
Told you, she's always been like this. It seems like we acquired a new skill in this challenging situation, the art of telepathic communication. It was already past regular working hours when our meeting was over. I sent my junior home and went back to the office. I saw someone doing something in front of the company when I arrived.
Hey! Had another tough day?
Yuika, why are you making cement at this hour?
I thought we might need to pour cement in their mouths.
Are you talking about Mr. and Mrs. Takenoyama? How do you know that today's meeting was a disaster?
I can tell. You sent me a signal through your mind.
Huh. I wonder if I have some kind of superpower. She's Yuika Sasaki, my colleague and fiancée. She can be eccentric at times, but I find that charming too. Huh? Is there something on my face?
You look tired. I hope you're not pushing yourself too hard.
Yuika has had feelings for me ever since I joined the company. I find that so adorable. Oh, sorry. I try not to show at work, but you seem to see right through me.
Don't hold back in front of me. You always do your best in everything. I respect that. And that's why I want to bury down your ex and her husband.
You might really go ahead and do it. But believe me, I'm not as frustrated as you might think. I have you now.
That's so sweet.
We soon began constructing the exterior of the Takenouchi residence. But one day, while I was on my way to their house to check the progress, is that Mr. Takenoyama? He likes Patches a lot. But who's that woman next to him? She's not Duty. I was curious, but I pretended not to notice him. Hi, thanks for the hard work. How's the progress going? I call out to the workers on site. They're very skilled, and I trust these men.
Hi there. I thought I heard your voice, Take-chan.
Hello, I just dropped by to check on the progress.
Well, my husband's away at work and it's just me here today.
Work? I saw him go into Apache slot parlor earlier.
Come inside. I'd love to catch up with you.
I'm sorry, but I've got nothing to talk to you. Please let go of me. You're already married, and yet you're still flirting with other men like you used to. You had better watch out so you don't get accused of infidelity one day.
Come on, it's nothing so serious. I didn't mean to.
I sigh in disbelief. She hasn't changed at all. Just because you didn't mean to, it doesn't mean you can do anything. We've all got feelings. You must see that. If you have any more questions about the construction, please contact our office. Bye.
Wait, Take-chan.
We built the concrete parking space, installed a fence, natural turf grass, and gravel. The construction work itself went very smoothly. There were no major issues, and all that remained were the mailbox and gate posts. Everything was expected to be complete in a few days. However, one thing has been nagging me. Nuri's husband was always absent. Yuika and I visited Sagawa Housing to report on the progress of the construction. We are pleased to inform you that the construction is proceeding as planned. Thank you, but Nakahara, there's something I must apologize. I hadn't the slightest idea that you and Miss Takenoyama were once in a relationship. This job must have been tough for you. It's alright, I just consider it part of my job. I knew you could do it, although Miss Sasayama may not have forgiven me. Hey, Yuika, stop it! You're loved.
Mr. Sagawa. Oh, you're here too. That makes things easier.
Mr. Takenoyama? Was I expecting you today?
There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Yes?
Before I go any further, nice to meet you, beautiful lady. Are you also from Lovekoi Exteriors?
Yes, my name is Sasagawa, and I know you. You have given my fiancé quite a hard time.
Yuika?
Fiancé? No way! You're too good for him.
Darling, what are you saying? You already have me.
What's the big deal? You've been using your charms on Mr. Sagawa and this guy too.
I didn't mean to.
Excuse me, will you please leave Yuika out of your problems? Nobody stood up for Ruri, because everyone here thought she had it coming to her. Please continue with her quarrels at home. And what exactly is the matter you wanted to discuss?
Ah, yes. I've been considering cutting down on the exterior construction costs. Could you give us some discount?
It was a bolt out of the blue. From the look on Ruri's face, she hadn't been expecting this either.
Darling, what are you saying? We don't need a discount, do we?
You shut up. I'm in charge of the family finances. Mr. Nakahara, how about giving us a discount for Ruri's sake? You can do that, can't you?
That's odd. You were enthusiastic about paying me some tips on our previous meetings.
I had some money back then, but the situation has changed.
I see. But I have no obligation to give you a discount for her sake. We broke up because she cheated on me. I don't have any good memories of her.
Huh? What's the big deal about that? Come on, if you're a man, forgive a little cheating. You've probably had a few affairs yourself.
Don't lump me with you.
What are you talking about?
Playing innocence, are you? I saw you the other day at the patch slot parlor. Not with your wife, but with another woman.
I don't believe that.
Nuri seemed completely unaware of her husband's betrayal. She was shocked. President Sagawa looked at me in surprise. Then he spoke in a quiet but angry voice. Mr. Takenoyama, I don't want to think this is true, but did you get your hands on the construction funds you borrowed as part of the housing budget? Did you use it up all on your hobbies?
How do you know that?
I thought I gave you a warning. The construction funds stay with you for a while after you borrow them. I told you to leave it as it is and never to spend it on anything else. Have you forgotten what I said? I once witnessed Mr. Takenoyama entering the patch slot parlor, but I never thought he was using the housing funds. He used up all the 3 million yen of the construction budget for his hobby. The bank will be questioning him about the use of the funds in the future.
Darling! Tell me they're wrong. You wouldn't do that, would you?
Shut up! There are times when you lose big in gambling.
You shut up! There's nothing to brag about. Are you telling me you hardly have any savings left?
Yeah, that's right. It's all gone in patch slot and horse racing.
But then, what are we going to do now? I trusted you with our finances.
Nuri collapsed in despair. That's what happens when you're blind to your partner. She deserves it.
Please, I'm begging you. We can leave the house as it is. If you could just give us some discount on the exterior construction cost.
Takenoyama clings on to me desperately, but Yuika got the upper hand. My fiancée, Yuika Sasayama, is the daughter of the president of Love Koi Exteriors. I am assigned to become the future president.
You? The president's daughter? Then do me a favor and put in a word to your father.
Were you even listening? What makes you think I would do that? One more thing. I know you guys were ridiculing Takeru about never being able to build a house like yours. But we're going to build our own special house soon. And he's the future president of our company, so never try to compare yourselves to him again. Just make sure you pay your bills.
No!
Why does Yuika know what they said to me the other day? Is this also telepathy? I shuddered. 2 days later, our work was complete. The Takenoyama couple got the money from somewhere and managed to pay after the deadline.
I'm glad it's all over now, and our house is almost complete too.
Yeah, I'm sorry I put you through this.
I'm relieved you won't have to meet your ex again.
You must have been worried, but believe me, you're the only one for me.
Takeru?
She looked at me passionately, and just as my face began to feel hot,
Take-chan, I missed you so much.
Duty? What are you doing here? Get off me! Duty appeared from nowhere and gave me a heart attack. She clung to me, and I quickly shoved her away.
Don't be so mean. I thought things over and I realized it was you who I really needed.
Stop spouting nonsense. We ended things a long time ago.
I finally understood what you meant. I must have hurt you because I was nice to everyone. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying it's wrong to be nice, but sometimes keeping some distance is necessary to protect the ones you love. Now that you've learned your lesson, try not to betray your husband again.
Take-chan, I swear I won't do it again. We're getting divorced, so please give me another chance. Will you stop spoiling our mood? I'm his fiancée. Didn't I say so the other day? It's a bit too late for you to realize how good he is. We're having our wedding tomorrow. Our house is almost complete. Your house? You mean this big house is yours? Yes. It's our home. Just admit it, you've lost. Takeru loves me.
I later heard that the Takenoyama couple were really going through a divorce settlement. Apparently, Mr. Takenoyama had borrowed money from a shark loan to pay off the construction fee. Although he still has to pay back the money, his addiction to patch slot and horse racing seems to have worsened. According to Mr. Sugawa, they will probably have to let go of their proud new home in the near future. Ruri was suffering from her husband's betrayal. It was the first time her partner had cheated on her. She became depressed and shut herself in at her parents' house.
What a lovely garden. Don't you think so, Takeru?
We chose to build a traditional porch so we could admire the nature from our home.
I'm so glad that we met. I promise to make you happy.
Me too. I promise to make you happy forever. I hope to be a man who never looks down on people. I hope to be a man who can protect my loved ones. And even as the years go by and I grow old, I hope to spend the rest of my life here with Yuika. Kiyuchi, every month, you're just a shy below your goal. I understand that you're working hard, but sales are about results. You understand that, right? Yes, I understand. I'm Arata Kiyuchi. I'm currently 24 and work at a job advertisement agency. It's my second year working here. My job is to make appointments to companies and stores over the phone and go there in person to get advertisement contracts. However, I get scolded by my boss every month for not achieving the targets set by the company. Doing your best is not the only way to work hard. First, take a look back at your own sales method. Got it. This is Itsukushima-san, my boss and section manager. He has risen to that position at the young age of 33. He has sharp eyes and a perfect work style, making him difficult to approach. That's all for now. Do what you have to do.
Jeez. Were you being scolded again? You never grow up.
Todome-san. When I finished talking with Itsukushima-san and left the conference room, I was approached by Sashiko Todome, my senpai.
The word incompetent really suits you. You always look stupid. You don't look in the mirror every day, do you? If you did, you wouldn't be able to come to work from shame.
Does the face matter? As for my sales results, someday I'll surpass even you!
Well, the weaker the dog, the more it barks. Anyone can say bold things. If you overtake me in sales results, my career will be over. Well, I guess that's not gonna happen though.
Todome-san looks at me disdainfully, as if she's looking at something dirty.
Anyway, I'm saying you are bothering the section chief. Just quit already.
With that, Todome-san left. I'm tired. I jump into bed as soon as I get home. I'm annoyed by being called incompetent. I myself was wondering how I could break out of the current situation. I wonder what's wrong. Even as I thought about this, I continue to experience poor sales results. One day, what? I'm going to be in charge of that major temporary staffing company with Itsukushima-san? Yeah, this is a business partner that the general manager finally managed to secure after 2 years. He told us to be in charge. We're going to go visit them tomorrow to discuss plans, so get ready. Got it! This is a great chance! If I can maintain this contract every month, I'll get much closer to achieving my goal! But why did the general manager appoint me?
Oh, Chief! Why Koichi? I will definitely be more of help to you. Don't you think so?
Todome-san, who was listening to us, had doubts. She asks in a sweet voice that she only uses to the chief. It has already been decided. Todome, you do your job. Todome-san then immediately glared at me. I better evacuate before I get harassed. The next day, I headed to the client's office with Itsukushima-san to greet them and propose a plan. Well, we're done talking about work. The travel time after this is painful. What should we talk about? The silence is awkward. Actually, scary. Situations like this can be one of the toughest aspects of sales. That's what I secretly thought. I couldn't do anything. And on the way home from the meeting, it became later than I expected. So, he suggested that we take a taxi home, so we are now in a taxi. But, even though I had a lot of meetings with the chief in advance, I couldn't find an opportunity to jump into the discussion. In the end, I left all the talking to him. He's definitely angry. He's been silent since a while ago. My bad. I'm sorry that I couldn't do anything. Wait, huh? I thought I was gonna get scolded, but instead, he apologized to me. Why? I should have let you talk more. There was no point in going together, was there? I was definitely thinking that I can't let this project fall apart. I couldn't pay attention to teamwork. Sorry. No, it's not your fault. Maybe it's natural because he's a human. He's not perfect. But seeing this different side of him than usual, I didn't know what to say. Huh? Isn't it kind of noisy? Yeah, my place is nearby, but there are a lot of fire trucks. When the taxi approached my house, I was perplexed. There's a lot of black smoke rising. Isn't there a fire? What? Black smoke was certainly rising in the direction the chief was looking at, and it was in the direction of my house. I immediately get out of a taxi and run towards my house. No way. When I rushed to the center of the commotion, to my surprise, the place where my house should be is engulfed in flames and smoke. Get back! It's dangerous, so please stand back! I stood there spacing out for a while. After a while, the fire was finally extinguished and my mind comes back to reality. Kyuchi. Huh? Chief? At this point, I finally remembered his presence and panicked. Did you stay by my side the whole time? I'm sorry, Oh no. No matter how stunned I was by the fire, I still neglected my boss. Just when my head was totally confused. Well, anyway, it's already late, so come to my house for now. Huh? What he said to me was something I never expected. After 3 seconds, I understood the meaning of his words and shook my head in a panic. No! I feel bad. It's okay. I'll go to an internet cafe or something. So you have nowhere to go. You won't be able to get rid of your fatigue that way. It's a problem for me too if you can't concentrate on work. This is an order from your boss. Come to my house. Yes, sir. The manager called a taxi again, and I ended up going to his house. By the way, while I was too shocked to move, he apparently bought me various things at a convenience store. I tried to pay him back right away, but he just said, "Pay me back after you get promoted." I kept feeling sorry because I was constantly being taken care of. I have no choice but to work hard and repay the kindness. I'll definitely increase my sales.
Welcome back! Oh, Michan, you were late. Huh? It feels different from usual. What? Who is this?
Apparently, he was so surprised by a hug from a girl that he turned into Rao to keep his cool.
How does that work? Isn't that some amazing special skill to have?
Come to think of it, I never told you, did I, Kyuchi? This is my younger sister, Wakana.
Wait, are we really doing the introductions when he's like this? Well, nice to meet you. I'm Wakana. I moved to Tokyo this year and I'm working as a nail artist. I'm staying here until my job settles down and I can find a place to live. Kuichi-san, was it? I heard it from my brother. It was really terrible that your house went on fire. It's my brother's house, but relax and make it home.
Thank you very much. It seems that Chief had contacted her in advance when I was spaced out. When Wakana-san learned that I had nowhere to go, she immediately suggested we live together in this house, and Chief agreed. I feel bad, but I'm grateful because my parents live far away. Even so, it's a really tidy room. You must be busy though. This is amazing. Of course it's tidy. A disordered room is a disordered mind. Ugh, I couldn't let him see my room. This is how the Itsukushima siblings and I began living together. So fast! He is typing messages so quickly that I can't see his fingers. Wakana, your voice was a little hoarse yesterday. I guess you were feeling a bit sick. Today I made soy milk and egg noodles that contain zinc and vitamin A. I heard it's good for sore throats.
Wow! As expected of you.
How kind and attentive! Amazing. He's perfect even at home. He's truly a superhero. 2 weeks have passed since I started living with them. What I learned was this. The chief is quick to respond and can provide detailed follow-up to clients because of the actions he takes on a regular basis. Let's have a pizza party today!
Wow, pizza! Tarataka-kun, nice idea.
This is Tadataka Komatsu-san, a friend of Chief. He often comes to the house, so I get treated well too. He's a very frank and friendly person, unlike the strict Chief. Today's Saturday, and Wakana-chan had an early shift at work, so the 4 of us enjoyed the pizza party. Tadataka-san, thank you for the pizza. Please let me help you with the dishes. Oh, thanks. After eating my fill of pizza, I helped Tadataka-san clean up. Are you getting used to living here? Have you already started looking for your next place? Yes, on the weekends, I go out to real estate agents, but I haven't found a good place yet. To be honest, at first, I was so scared to live here. I thought my stomach would burst from stress and fear. But, thanks to my stay here, I understood why Chief is so amazing. I'm just amazed that there's such a perfect person. So lately, I've been writing down what I learned from watching him. I see. That's great. Huh? Tadataka-san suddenly burst into laughter. I don't think that was funny though. I'm confused. That guy's a good boss, isn't he? Well, that must be true. I'm sure that's how he appears to his subordinates. Huh? What do you mean? Did I say something weird? No, but he's pretty timid in front of me, you know? He always whines, saying stuff like, I couldn't do anything but get mad again. What? When I heard that, I couldn't help but shout out loud. Is he talking about the same person? There's that kind of side to him too? That's right, he's just a human. It's true that he's always serious and attentive though. But he often whines about his lack of skills, saying it's his fault that his favorite subordinate is not performing well. Huh? His favorite subordinate? Tadataka-san suddenly grins at me. And isn't he bad at expressing his feelings? He's not perfect at all. Well, I think people are interested because they aren't perfect, don't you think?
What are you two talking about, secretly? Let me in too.
Wakana-chan suddenly hugs me from behind. Oh, you're so popular with the siblings, Kyuchi-kun. I'm so jealous. Itsukushima-san, may I discuss this matter with you? Yeah. Since then, I started to feel less scared about talking to him, perhaps because I learned that he's not perfect. So I started actively talking to him at work. Now that I think about myself, maybe I was an introvert.
Don't you think Koichi-kun has changed recently? He's like full of energy now.
He's even started to talk to that demon chief. He's got a strong heart.
Hey!
As I was about to go to the convenience store to buy lunch, Todome-san stopped me with a powerful voice.
You. Why are you stuck with the chief lately? Your performance isn't going to improve anyway, so stop wasting your efforts.
It may be a burden to the chief, but I haven't caused any trouble to you, have I?
That's not what I'm talking about. You are just trying to show him that you're working hard and that's annoying.
I realized what I was lacking while spending time with him. Don't disturb me.
While spending time with him? What do you mean?
I currently live with him. There's really a lot to learn.
Huh? How come?
Well, a lot has happened. Is that all? I'm going to buy lunch. Well then. I quickly left as I didn't want to spend any more time with her.
Ugh! That guy! I hate him!
And that month, for the first time, I was able to achieve my target.
Congratulations! And you've gone way beyond your target. You're like a different person.
Thank you! Everyone in the sales department congratulates me one by one.
I can't believe you're growing so fast. If you have any secret tricks, please tell me.
No secret tricks, but I realized that even if you just try to do your job well, nothing will change. Whether it's your private life or work, everything is related. So I changed myself from scratch. The person who taught me this was Chief Itsukushima. This achievement was thanks to you. I bowed deeply to Chief Itsukushima in front of everyone. Then, the manager put his hand on my shoulder and gave me a gentle smile. Not anyone can keep trying, especially when there are no results. It took a long time, but the experience you have gained so far will be an asset to you. Be proud of who you are now. Seeing him smile for the first time, all the employees there were thrilled.
Hey everyone! Aren't you celebrating too much for just a one-time achievement?
However, Todome's words instantly froze the air. She speaks with a mocking smile on her face.
The burden of your poor performance up until now has been placed on someone else. Shouldn't you pay off the damage you've incurred so far?
Are you saying this because your number has been surpassed by him?
What?
That's right. My achievement this time far exceeded my target, and it was higher than Todome-san's.
But among those numbers, there are cases where you are in charge along with him, right? This time those big projects helped him achieve his goal. That doesn't mean I lost.
Sure, we had joint projects, but you have also received many referrals from higher-ups, right? Then the conditions are the same, right? If you're also in sales, you should know how difficult it is to achieve those numbers. And yet, why can't you say congratulations even once? As a salesperson, you may be an individual player, but as a company, you are part of a team. Do you get that? With these words, the salespeople around us began to raise their voices too.
She's Koichi-kun Sr., right? I would hate to have a senior like that. I feel sorry for Koichi-kun.
I've never seen act like a senior.
That's enough!
I guess she thought other people would agree with her. However, the reality was different from what she had imagined, and she left. Then one day, about 2 weeks after that. What is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Itsukushima-san and Todome-san were alone, in a small conference room.
It's already been 6 years since I joined this company. Others have been promoted, but I haven't. Why is that?
Why do you think that is?
I think there is a problem with the company's evaluation system. There is no difference in results for me and my peers. But I'm the only one who hasn't been promoted. It's so strange.
After a moment of silence, the manager lets out a sigh. Todome, with that kind of thinking, you'll never get promoted. Instead of blaming others, look at yourself first. You cannot break out of your current situation unless you change yourself.
Since that day, Todome-san has been isolated. However, because she thinks that she's not at fault, her attitude has become even worse, making her even more isolated.
I'm doing what I have to do. I don't know what I'm at fault for.
Todome, each person has their own stage of growth. First of all, increase sales. Next, set an example as a senior. Looking at yourself now, do you think anyone would want a senior or boss like yourself? I've seen you say cruel things to Kyuchi too.
That's because his sales weren't going up, so it doesn't matter what I say to him, right? No matter how hard he tries, if he doesn't get results, he's just a burden.
But he wasn't slacking off. It took some time, but he analyzed himself and improved. That's why he grew and got results. I think it is a duty of seniors and bosses to wait for that moment and provide support.
You are all about Kyuichi. What is it? I heard you guys even live together. Are you two dating or something?
Chief suddenly becomes silent. Todome-san had a mocking expression on her face, but was taken aback by his atmosphere.
No, but it's true that I can't leave someone like him alone.
Then, you do like him! Damn that Kyuichi!
Todome grits her teeth. No way. It's natural to want to support people who are working hard. That's all I'm saying. Avoid strange speculations. Is that all you want? I've already told you what I think. The rest is up to you.
He quickly gets up from his seat and was about to leave the room. But he stopped, then turned around and added one last thing.
I like hardworking people, but I hate people who work hard to bring down others without improving themselves.
Not long after that, Todome quit her job. According to some of the female colleagues, Todome used to be all over Itsukushima-san, but she was avoiding him in the end. Itsukushima-san was whispering to himself that there's no hope for her no matter where she goes. I guess that's it. Thank you for your help. I ended up staying at the chief's house for a long time. I finally decided on a new place to live, and today, Chief and Tadataka-san were helping me move. Well, it was partly Wakana's fault, right? It looked like you found a new house, but Wakana suddenly started complaining that she's gonna live with you.
Cause I've started to like Arata. It can't be helped, right?
Wakana clings to my arm with her cheeks puffed out. Actually, we started dating. So, it's both me and Wakana who are moving in. Chief, thank you very much for your help until now. Well, we still meet at work though.
Well, I just did what I had to do.
Well, there's one more thing I would like to thank you for. You were the one who recommended me for that temporary staffing company case, right? I heard from the general manager. It was to make me more confident about myself, right? Thank you very much for always caring about me. I want to be a boss like you. A boss who can support someone without giving up until the end. Thank you for your help today. Well then. You're trying not to show it on your face, but you're really happy right now, aren't you? For me, you're super easy to read.
Damn it.
No one can do anything perfectly from the beginning. Growth is possible no matter your age. I will continue to work hard to become the kind of person who can support those who wish to grow.
Each one of you is a precious member. We are one team. If we come together, we can take on the world.
This is what a certain company's training looks like.
You're the chosen ones. The time has come for us to create a company that can take on the world. We have a duty to make this country and this world a better place. Let's seek new heights together. At first glance, this is an ordinary speech, but the employees hearing it haven't slept. They were isolated for 3 nights and 4 days at a company retreat, and forced into a draining program. 100 in a row all together! If you fail, everyone runs 10 laps! 1, 2, 3, 4. More power! Take it seriously! Be grateful and fly! A pointless exercise that only exhausted us. They were split into groups and scolded from dusk to dawn. After stealing our sleep and making them lose their senses, it led into the president's speech. Simply put, it was mind control so they could brainwash them. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here's your beer. My name is Daichi Sanada. I'm a 25-year-old that is honing his company sheep skills at a terrible company. The company oversees all kinds of izakaya chain restaurants, and I'm working as the manager here after the retreat. You're so slow! Also, why is there only one waiter? Our sales goal was 3 times that of the restaurants in the area, so our budget and staff were shaved down. Unpaid overtime was unlimited. Apart from peak hours, it was basically a one-man operation, and I'm currently on a lucky 30-day working streak. I've received the company award before for my work, but my salary hasn't gone up, and no promotions either. I should have done the job hunting thing properly. Since I was young, I've never had a dream or goal. During my school days, I was offered by my manager at my part-time job and just took it. Honestly, I thought about switching jobs every day, but I didn't know what my experiences could be used for. I was frustrated every day. One day, I got a call from my mom back home.
Hello, Daichi? Dad was taken to the hospital. He collapsed.
What? I wanted to go home, but my family home was a plane ride away. I had to take time off from work to go. Of course, the shop wouldn't run if I took a break, so I talked to my supervisor. What? We're busy here, so tell me what you want. This is Kuroiwa-san, the area manager. He saved plenty of stores from bankruptcy. His results were recognized, and he rose to manager status. He was an elite. Actually, my parent is hospitalized, so I want to take time off. Can I get the day off tomorrow? Taking time off is what useless people do. What? I must have talked to the wrong person, because I couldn't find the words to respond to the mean words. I prioritized work even when my parent died, because that's how important work is to me. Don't be soft! Why do you think the company's letting someone like you run a very important restaurant? How much do we lose if you take time off? You're gonna cause trouble for the company with your selfishness? I was taken aback. Kuroiwa-san was blaming me without giving me a chance to respond. Anyway, don't blow off work no matter what. That's the bare minimum standard. The bare minimum was a working adult. I could understand what Kuroiwa-san was saying, but I'm gonna quit this job. I don't want to not be able to see my parents before they die. I vowed to myself as I stared at the blank screen. A few days later, I succeeded in quitting my job through an agency. Newly free, I went home. I'm home! Dad, how are you? Oh, Daichi, you're back! As you can see, I'm great! From what I could see, he wasn't fully recovered, but I was relieved at his cheerfulness.
I'm glad he got out quickly. I didn't know what would happen.
Daichi, how's work? Are you doing okay? Oh, about that. I just quit recently.
What? Why all of a sudden?
I talked about what had happened. Whoa, that's what was going on? That's tough. What are you gonna do now? Of course, I plan on finding a new job. I've already applied to some.
Really? Let's celebrate.
Yeah, let's go eat whatever you want today. Say anything. I had a much needed good time, and I started a new job the following month.
Good morning, Sanada-san. These are this month's shifts.
Huh? Why are there so many days off? And only 7 working hours a day? My new workplace was still new to me, but it's a company that has numerous cafes in the country. The average overtime hours were less than 20 a month. PTO usage was over 80%. I couldn't hide my suspicion at first, but after a few days, I realized what that meant.
You're training, so I'll have you remember the basics first.
Thank you. I'll try my best. First, the superiors were crazy nice. They spoke politely and always smiled. On top of that, they were good at teaching the job and changed their explanations to match the learner.
Sorry to keep you waiting. This is the extra large uji matcha parfait. I ordered a regular hot coffee. Oh my! I'm sorry. I'll replace it right now.
In addition, all of the employees were cheerful, and the atmosphere was extremely bright. So, the customer base was good, and the shop always had a laid-back feel to it.
Newbie, let me know whenever you're in trouble. I'm your super senpai.
This is Kanon-san, the vice manager. She makes extreme mistakes, but she has a bright personality and a lot of fans among the regulars.
You've been staring. What's wrong?
Senpai, your apron and probably your uniform are all flipped around.
What? No way!
There was never anyone like this at my last job, so it was refreshing. Sayaka-san, can you taste the new coffee blend?
It's a bit too acidic. We want a little more depth, too.
This is Sayaka-san, the manager. She was cool, calm, and collected. She had a deep knowledge of and passion for coffee. She was respected by the staff.
Let's start Sonata Daichi's welcome party!
Cheers! That day, my welcome party was held after work at an izakaya near the office. Sorry everyone, you organized all this for me. I was overwhelmed by the good treatment that was unimaginable in my last workplace. My salary is a bit lower because of the decreased overtime, but it was more than enough considering bonuses and such. The conversation naturally shifted to my last workplace, and everyone around me was shocked.
It definitely is a bit much. I'm shocked there are still companies doing that stuff. Why didn't you quit that company immediately?
How do I say this? They trained us to think in a way that made it hard to quit. There were overnight retreats for that sort of education. Thinking about it, it was weird. Normally, you would realize how weird it was if you worked 500 hours in a month. I had been accepting that as normal.
I've heard this. A flea that's put in a bowl for long times becomes unable to jump higher than that bowl. Kanon-san, that's not a very appropriate comparison.
After that, it was almost closing time, so we went outside. Before, I would still be working at this time, but things were different. I was really feeling the happiness of going home to my freedom. At the same time, the usual deathmatch was taking place at my old workplace. What? You're not coming in because of a 39 degrees Celsius fever? I came in with a 40 fever. Crawl in if you have to. Kuroiwa-san was going off on a subordinate that collapsed from a high fever. It was an image from hell. Jeez, everyone wants to take time off without bringing in any good results. This person might have succeeded like that, but that's just his one experience of many. Kuroiwa-san is going off again. He's been even worse since Sanada-san quit. The guy seemed kinda unmotivated, but he knew how to do his job. You there! Move your hands if you have the time to chat! Yes, sir! It seems that company was currently struggling with a lack of employees. Kuroiwa-kun, I appreciate you. However, it looks like our sales have gone down recently.
I apologize. Because of my ineptitude, I'll bring it back.
I trust you. This company, nay, this country is depending on youngsters like you. I'm counting on you. The grand scope of the CEO's story was a typical feature of a terrible company. How long will they continue on? It didn't matter to me anymore, but I was curious. I had gotten used to my new environment and felt motivated. I continued to dedicate myself to running the shop.
Sanada-san, what did you want to talk about?
I found a great questionnaire app for collecting customer reviews and improving our stores.
Oh, really? How do you use it?
First, you make an account, create a QR code, print it onto the tables and receipts. Upon some data analysis, we discovered that the ratings for our desserts were low. We came up with a new dessert menu and tested many recipes.
Let's see. Looks good. I think the customers will like this. Wow! It's unusual for Sayaka-san to give the okay after one try. You're good.
If we get rid of some menu items that aren't popular, there will be less preparation and our service will be faster. My ideas were being used more and more.
Sanada-san, can I have a word?
Oh yes, what do you need?
Do you have some time after this? I want to talk to you about something.
I understand. I'll go clean the front of shop. I wondered why she was being so formal all of a sudden, and returned to her after I cleaned. Sorry to keep you waiting. What did you want to talk about?
Recently, the customers seem happier and the atmosphere is even better.
You're right. I think so too.
That's all thanks to your efforts. The customers were complimenting you. I'm so grateful.
What? It's nothing. I'm just doing my job. I wasn't used to being complimented, so I felt a bit shy being praised up front like that.
You're a much more amazing person than you think you are. Have more confidence.
Oh no, I might cry. Now that I thought about it, no matter how hard I worked at my last job, all I got was a higher goal to work toward. My work was being recognized for the first time, and I almost cried.
Let's have fun for all the times you struggled before.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm gonna go all out on dinner tonight. That night, I was on top of the world when a phone call came. Hello?
Long time. How are you?
It was my former coworker. Oh, long time. I'm doing well. How are things there?
So listen up. It's as terrible as always. I can't.
She wanted me to hear out her complaints, and I was stuck listening for 2 hours. My previous company drastically increased its storefronts, but it wasn't going well. Due to lack of employees, they moved on to franchising and are letting people outside the company run their stores.
They're trying to make it look like things are better with PTO and overtime regulations. But on the back end, it's unpaid overtime galore as always, and unlimited harassment too. Ugh, maybe I'll change jobs too. I want to kick some superiors' butts first though.
By talking to this former teammate, I realized again how absurd that company was. Sometime later, some crazy news arrived at the CEO's desk. Hey, what's going on? Why do they know about our falsified books? We're currently investigating that, but there seems to have been a leak. What? Who is it? They're fired. Fire them now! His treatment of others had come back to bite him. News of the fraud spread quickly around the industry. Complaints and concerns started pouring in. On top of that, one of the franchise shop owners was about to sue them. That company treats people like slaves! We cannot forgive that kind of evil! They made it look like you can get a franchising contract through taking a simple course. After that, They did little things to cut off the contract. They had their method to get the contract fee. From then on, it was one disaster after the other.
I quit.
I also quit.
You guys!
Panic spread in the office, and the employees were quitting one after the other.
Shoot! No loyalty! We can't work together in times like this!
Kuroiwa-san was desperate to get over the situation, but it was no use. Things only got worse by the day. Welcome!
Please try our famous apple and nuts tart.
One day, I was working at the shop as always when the door opened. Welcome. Wait, what? It was my former superior, Kuroiwa-san. Long time no see. What happened?
Sanada, I'm glad to see you're well. I have something to tell you.
What do you need?
Sanadaichi, are you okay? I'll watch the shop so you can go.
I agreed and headed behind the shop.
I'll just come right out. Won't you come back to your company?
What? I was at a loss for words at this unexpected suggestion, but I came to and answered. No, that's not possible. I work here now.
If you come back, you'll be rewarded. If you want, I'll recommend you for a spot even higher than manager.
Kuroiwa-san came at me, but my mind was made. I'm sorry, I refuse.
Why? If you'll come back, I'll accept any condition you have.
I have no intention of returning to my former workplace. I like my current living situation. A little while back, I couldn't have said it this clearly, but I knew that I was different from who I was before.
Grr! How dare you speak like that when this company took care of you?
Misunderstanding was an understatement, but this man must have felt like he was bitten by his little pet. His expression shifted into one of anger.
Sanada, this is for your own good. It's not too late. Come back!
I said I refuse. Don't make me say it again. I answered with exasperation. He wouldn't let it go. Kuroiwa-san, why do you care about that company so much? Are you brainwashed too?
Brainwashed? How dare you! I'm there of my own accord. Don't compare it to some weird religion.
No, it's the same. It's no different than some cult. I showed Kuroiwa-san my phone screen. Honestly, this situation right now is weird. I can put this out wherever it needs to be.
What? Who do you think I am?
I continued speaking to Kuroiwa-san, who was furious. I don't know if you're aware, but beyond this, it could turn into a threat.
What are you doing recording this?
I think I'll put this on social media if anything happens.
I've heard enough. You're gonna return the favor with disloyalty? Shame on you!
He shouted and looked like he might punch me, so I braced myself.
That's enough. I won't forgive you if you go any further.
A dignified voice rang out. At the same time, Sayaka-san came in between us.
Who are you? We're in the middle of something important. Strangers can stay out of it.
I'm no stranger. He is my subordinate and precious teammate.
So what? I have something to say to him. I won't hold back if you get in the way.
Sayaka-san got up close to him with no fear.
Won't hold back? What you gonna do, huh?
Sayaka-san started glaring him down. You could imagine her like this from the way she usually was.
What? Who is this rude woman?
Don't start a fight right outside the shop. You're impeding our business. Keep talking and I'll stick my hand in your ear and knock your molars loose.
Kuroiwa-san backed away.
Grr, some gangster you are. Don't think you'll get away with this.
Huh? Come at me. I'll play with you anytime you want, knucklehead.
Looks like the match came to an end. Sayaka-san watched as Kuroiwa-san left. She turned to me.
Let's go back inside, Sanada-san.
I better not ever make her angry. I kept that thought to myself. After that, my former workplace was met with several lawsuits. Company funds disappeared into legal fees and such. They were forced into bankruptcy, and the CEO was arrested. What you see here is a brainwashing training camp footage from a former employee. What have I been working for this whole time? Kuroiwa-san had lost his job. I heard he struggled to find another, and his wife left him. He deserved it, but maybe he was just another victim of a terrible company. Switching locations, this was at a ryokan. I was at my company trip.
You gotta relax like this from time to time. We can't do luxurious things like this every day. Eat up.
I appreciated her care for me. I asked something I was curious about. Sayaka-san, you're like a different person when you get angry. Did something happen before?
Oh, Sayaka-san was a full-on delinquent before. She was a famous girl gang leader in the Northeast.
The next moment, Sayaka-san's pale arm stretched toward Kanon-san's face.
Kanon-san? That was a secret, remember? Ow! Ma'am! How is a delicate arm like that so strong?
Maybe I shouldn't have asked. No matter your past, you can change if you find an environment that's good for you. I realized that that's the shortest route to growth and happiness.